Hello and welcome to my stream today, where I am going to continue playing Girls Frontline, and yes, I shall drink something immediately. Hello Bakasura, how are you doing today? Let me also quickly unmute the game, because otherwise it's going to be awkwardly quiet here. And that would be awkward. Today, we shall continue exactly where we left off last week. Okay. I guess I've reached 300,000 impressions. The usual, but like squared. Get some rest. Seriously. I need to quickly figure out which one of these I have been doing that I'm currently not doing. It might have been this one. It probably was this one. I don't really care. Go anyway. Go. Now, to jump right in, we're going to continue with Isomer. Or Isomer, or whatever you actually call that. And last week, we have progressed. You're working 10-hour days this week with how much rest you need. You could go to bed after work and still be tired. That really sucks, not gonna lie. I'm doing pretty alright. I got some really, really neat art. I don't know if you've seen it. And I'm really happy about it. Legit. Ended up exactly the way that I wanted it to be. So, I'm really happy with it. And apart from that, work was decent. During lunch, it's great. Yeah. I know that we started Cat and Mouse. And I think we got all the way to over here. Maybe. Maybe. Hang on a minute. Let me quickly check. This is 2 attempts. 2 attempts. I think everything that is 1 attempt is the ones that I've done only during the event itself. This one is combat, so we've definitely done that one. And I think that we needed to diverge now back to Illusionary Peace. Because you have the time frames down here. So during the same time that the entirety of the cat and mouse bit happens, at the same time, you have the Illusionary Peace segment going further as well. To explain a little bit what the difference between these two is, Illusionary Peace is the storyline that's following Soppo, Ro, and the Commander, while Cat and Mouse is the storyline that so far is following A94 and AR-15. So, yeah. Illusionary Peace 4. The morning of the summit. 0600s. Step forward. Please present your identification. Reporters, please take the press entrance and proceed straight ahead. I passed through layer after layer of chain link fences and barricades. After going past the grim-faced police officers and MPs outside, I finally set foot on the staircase leading to the conference hall. Is Rose still a robot dog? No. You did not pay attention very much, which is fair. I understand that most people don't really care about the God Frontline story. No, Soppo has the robot dog and called it Banana. Ro, however, is not now herself again. Told you missed some. I mean, yeah, but you were here last week. Then again, I don't know how much we actually saw, Ro. Fair point. Anyway. We don't need Rosatra and his lackeys. Get the fuck out of the city, you extremist executioners. All manners of gigantic slogan-bearing banners are visible among the protesters outside the conference hall. A huge number of protesters have already gathered here before the start of the meeting, and they are all locked in an intense standoff with the shield-bearing MPs of Belgrade. Terrible weather, Terrible crowds. What a terrible day this is. I'm slowly losing higher order thinking. Bah, I guess. You look up at the I look up at the overcast sky and think about the thunderstorm which has been forecasted to grace the city today. Hopefully the city's purification towers will be able to do the job. After looking one last time at the nosy confrontation outside, I enter the hall. Go on over here. Where are the others? The infiltration team used the fake IDs from Kane and successfully. Row and Sub are leading the other teams. As ordered, they're monitoring the situation from the surveillance points around the conference hall. We don't know who around us is friend or foe, so we'll refer to the White Faction as the hidden threat. Ah, alright. Everyone's taking the positions which Kane indicated in his request, and they're all waiting for your orders. The interior looks safe, but the crowd outside, on the other hand... Is that a microphone with GTV sloppily painted on it? Yes. Yes. Griffin TV. I mean, they needed to get in somehow, right? We're still militants, essentially. So, we can't exactly use our normal entry permits to get into a peace conference between various countries. Could have put a bit more into the paint job. It's fine. It could also be that it's just a very small detail that just looks sloppily painted on, but I'm not sure. Don't worry. The MPs of the city will maintain order outside. All we need to do is make sure the hidden threat hasn't snuck inside. Once the summit begins, the police will disperse those people by force. Once they begin driving the crowd away, conflict will surely break out. I'm worried the enemy will attack the conference hall during the confusion. We shouldn't need to worry about the defenses of this place. The MPs here have ample firepower to provide protection. If a riot breaks out, let the surveillance teams break up the hidden threat's organized strength outside. Keep all team leaders on alert and make sure they do their part. Don't attract suspicion. 0700 in the morning. As time passes, the conference hall soon fills up with people. Commander, look at the entrance. Something seems to be going on there. Not far off, the guards at the entrance are vetting contingents seeking to enter the conference hall strictly. It is obvious that the visitors are very unhappy with what the guards are doing. Nobody is allowed to carry a weapon inside the conference hall. Either hand over your weapons or get lost and get out of the way. What nonsense are you talking about? Class A permits allow us to bring weapons into the venue. It says so clearly in the agreement. I've never seen any such agreement, and orders are orders. Imagining the commander with a cardboard camera pretending to film. That would be great. It's not like I don't understand why, but that checkpoint's really being really overzealous in the security checks. Don't tell me they discovered some new threats. No, doesn't look like there's any threats. Those gate guards are just giving the Stake Tech agents a hard time. Am I missing something? Aren't both sides working to protect the meeting? Why are they still butting heads when the meeting's about to begin? The master of this house doesn't seem to like some of the guests. Nobody's to blame for that. So you're saying it's because of bad historical relationships. Even without the disturbance outside, can a peace conference like this really proceed peacefully? We shouldn't be worrying about that. I just hope that the State Tech agents won't focus all their attention on those friendly and welcoming security troopers. Something's wrong in the conference hall. Huh? X95, do you read me? Welcome, X95. This is also her first appearance in the entire game. This was when she was introduced, and she's pretty neat. Your orders, Commander. How's your situation? Everything's going as planned, apart from the fact that posing as a waitress doll is a little uncomfortable. Bear with it for a little while longer. Have you verified that all the corridors inside the conference hall are clear? Yes. Technically, there is another point where she appears in the story a little bit earlier, but that's also during this event. It's a side story bit, where 3 different dolls are talking to each other about warfare in the dorms. That's when we were talking about it. And somebody else's design effects native? Yes. You mentioned it. You didn't show me, but you mentioned it. Yes. I'm sending over the corridor and route information. Other than the normal guarded corridors, 90% of the emergency exits have been locked down. Half of them are metal-fired doors, and I visually estimate that one would need in excess of 800 grams of explosives to wreck them. While that might have been done for security purposes, this method of sealing off the exit might lead to personnel being unable to evacuate swiftly if something happens inside. Might as well DM you proof. Okay. Received. Continue gathering information. Yes, Commander. Other than the corridors being under control, the deployment of the security details throughout the building makes no sense. There are too few personnel in sight, and most of them are concentrated at the entrances for vetting. In addition, I can't see our statesec agents. Could that of manpower here be due to the original staff being assigned to other duties? Maybe they'll come back later? And sealing off the exits can also be interpreted as them wanting to avoid outsiders getting in. Aren't you being too nervous, Commander? I don't know. But at the very least, I can't think of a logical motive behind these security arrangements. Then, should I report this to Kay? There's no way he would have overlooked these details. We can't tell what he's thinking, but we have to assume the worst to give ourselves some leeway. Let me see. X95, your original area of responsibility will now be handled by people from Lewis's team. Reposition downstairs and prepare yourself to curb any situations that break out inside. Yes, understood. Commander, the United Nations convoy has arrived. The VIP is entering the conference hall. Can you verify her identity? I can confirm that she is indeed Gilda Ulrich, chairwoman of the Pan-European Cooperation Initiative Executive Committee. Let me take a look at the details. West German, born in 2029. In 52, she was apparently involved in the Weihnachtsmarkt incident at the border that nearly developed into a violent conflict, and kept the confrontation between the people and the Soviet troops from turning bloody. As one of the few females on the executive committee, Gilda has gained the trust of her superiors and colleagues with her mature and calm methods as well as her efficiency. In 63, the former executive committee chairman Weldon Kurtz was forced to resign his post due to heart disease, and with the backing of the council, his young and capable member of the executive committee assumed the weighty responsibility of chairwoman. As the lady official who single-handedly shoulders the burden of coordinating the economic institutions of Europe and elaborating on the Pan-European Reconstruction Plan, Gilda Ulrich is merely 34 years old. She's a chairwoman at such a young age. It's exactly like the information Mr. K provided. Looks like she's a very dependable woman. The protesters outside the conference hall are starting to get agitated. From where I'm looking, it appears they're planning to charge the MP's defensive line. Has it already begun? The Hinthran might use this opportunity to take action. Everyone, stay alert. All surveillance posts, report in. It's bad. We have a situation here. There's a human balaclava moving through the crowd from the outside, and he seems to be holding an explosive. Permission to open fire? Oh, no, he's almost at the defensive line. There's a tremendous explosion. What happened? What's going on outside? Commander? Ow. A burst of piercing static rings out from the earpiece. Our comm signals are being jammed. I've begun the information lockdown. The following scenes are not fit for worldwide broadcast. Switch over to the backup circuit. It seems the Xena only internal comms that Cape prepared for us are about to use. Already on it. Switching over to the pre-planned circuit. Alright. Comms for all teams are back to normal. The surveillance teams are reporting a terrorist attack outside. A suicide bomber blew himself up at the door to the conference hall. Number of MP casualties are unknown. Commander. A truck broadcasting hidden threat signals has appeared in the back streets and is driving towards the conference hall at high speed. No, wait, there are high-speed vehicles coming from all directions. I spotted 9 of them. ETA is roughly 3 minutes. As I thought, they weren't going to give up without a fight. Commander. I figured you'd contact me around now. We spotted the mobile targets moving in from the outside. Shall we destroy them all? You're responsible for the 3 roads behind the conference hall. The Statesec field agent team will handle the rest. Can't let us take all the credit. Is that it? You'll get what you want, and I'll get to work. Is it going to start at last? The White Faction. No matter what they're plotting, all we have to do is wreck every single person who tries to come close. We've done too many boring missions. Now it's time for a real workout. Commander, the MPs have restored the defensive perimeter, and they're opening fire on the protesters. So we're going to have a peace conference with a massacre. How ironic. What should we do now, Commander? Lock down the district roads that K indicated and exterminate any hidden threat units and vehicles. All units be advised, the protesters are not our enemy. Take care not to harm any civilians by accident. Trying to stop vehicle-borne enemies with small arms is just too difficult. It's not so bad, right? We did it, didn't we? That's because you have a grenade launcher. If only the Hawks could have opened fire too. Ha! I think it's more fun when I do it myself. Do you want me to fit you with my grenade launcher? I think not. Fortunately, we only need to handle 3 roads. The Statesec agents are finally making themselves useful. I don't think 3 roads are enough. Pent up for too long, I'd rather have a bigger boom. I can't be bothered to knock you anymore. Huh? It's not that the storms are dying down. Is it over already? Bro, have you eliminated the enemies outside? Let me check with the other teams. The other teams are confirming that the hidden threat signals have completely vanished. Thank you for all your hard work. According to the surveillance teams, the MPs have regained control over the main entrance into the conference hall, and the protesters have been almost completely dispersed. Things should be returning to normal soon. Hopefully things will end with that. Oh, was that the last enemy? But why? I didn't even get to enjoy myself. In the distance. Didn't get to enjoy yourself, you say? Don't be in such a rush, my pretty. You haven't even set foot into the banquet yet. Although, speaking of which, didn't I say before that such crude methods were useless? Honestly, they didn't listen at all. They're stupid, and stupid people deserve to die in a stupid way. The idiots outside are already dead, but how about the ones inside? I look forward to it. Our old wounds show past mistakes. We should not be grateful for the hardships we have experienced, but neither can we deny them. The reporter shut us to not stop for a moment, and countless television cameras streamed the press conference live from the summit. Let's see what's on TV. That's the most verbose saying way of saying Darwin Award you've seen in a while. Well, she has a feeling for theatrics, right? We noticed that last week. The representative of the Pan-European Convention on Mutual Assistance in Reconstruction, Chairwoman Gilda Ulrich, and the Ambassador Roschen, plenipotentiary of the Neo-Soviet Council of Mutual Assistance in Europe, have begun making their joint statement according to schedule. Chairwoman Ulrich once again stresses the importance of the United Nations in rebuilding Europe, and conveys the goodwill of the PECMAR to the Neo-Soviet Union's ambassador. Speaking of which, that news program from earlier didn't mention Chairwoman Ulrich would be coming, did it? It's quite normal to change candidates at the last minute to protect against sabotage or assassination. That's true. But I didn't expect the press to not mention the clash outside at all. It's as though nobody cared that such a big explosion happened, like the inside and outside were 2 different worlds. Even if rivers of blood flowed, the people on top would only let the world see what they wanted to show them. We should be thanking our lucky stars that this meeting is going to close out at this pace instead of worrying about unnecessary things. The enemies outside have been dealt with, but is that really the end of the threat? What about the abnormalities inside the conference hall? Was I really overthinking things? If there were no storms, we would not understand the value of calm days. Peace has never been something that could be easily obtained. If anyone overlooks that point, then peace will never come. Speech is pretty much by the book. Commander? You need to hear this. Our comrades outside have been slaughtered. We can't continue the plan. What the hell are you saying? We can't let our comrades' sacrifice be in vain. We have to finish our mission even if we're the only ones left. When was this recorded? 30 seconds ago. I set up a directional mic as you instructed, and I picked this up. It's very soft and it came from the conference room, where you are. The lounge is sealed off and I can't enter, so I couldn't pinpoint the speaker's location. Understood. Tried to think of a way to get a more accurate fix. Also, have the infiltration team get ready for battle. Yes, Commander. Out of the corner of my eye, I suddenly noticed that the Belgradian security troopers have silently and unobtrusively grown in number. The troopers outside the secure doors whisper to each other with their mouths covered, then they suddenly close the main door. Meanwhile, the security troopers beside the stage gather in a nutshell way. Mr. Rosatra once warned us that every man's fate was not unconnected, that our common destiny was composed of countless individuals' destiny combined into one, but meaningless suspicion and resistance have turned us from unity to division and dissipation, and have also led to wars turning our homes into rubble. In the past, people were sacrificed for the nation's survival. These pointless sacrifices must end now. This sacrifice should be borne by more responsible people, and this meeting is to build a consensus among those great nations who are possessed of such responsibility. Only with true, sincere cooperation, by building trust and by joining our hands once more, can we avert the tragedy of further sacrifice. Thank you, everyone. The audience erupts into thunderous applause. Chairwoman Ulrich bows humbly to them. Then she nods to the ambassador Roschen behind her before preparing to step off the stage. Madam Chairwoman, a moment, please. Is something the matter? Bang. A gunshot echoes through the conference room. The security trooper suddenly fired into the air, freezing everyone present in place. Yes, Madam Chairwoman, something very important is about to happen. Our wrath can no longer be contained, and today we will expose your lies to the public. I look around. The main doors to the conference hall are sealed tight, and the 10 odd security troopers around us are pointing the jet-black muzzles of their guns at everyone present. At me, at Kalina, at the other reporters, and at the ambassador on the stage. Yeah. There ain't no peace yet. Illusory Peace 5. Commander, I can hear gunfire from inside the hall. We're in position outside the door and ready to go at any time. Commander? If the infiltration team bursts in, even if they manage to take out several renegade soldiers, the remainder will open fire and probably kill the ambassador. The odds of being able to completely neutralize the enemy without any casualties are practically non-existent. Things are looking really bad. What the hell is Kay up to? Inside the Belgrade Conference Hall meeting room. Madam Chairwoman, your speech was very moving, so much so it made me want to throw up. What the hell was that about mutual aid and trust? You mentioned sacrifice just now, right? Just now, our brothers and sisters, our arms and legs were mercilessly slaughtered outside those doors. All they wanted was to air their grievances, but now they're all face down in pools of blood. Who are you? We are the executors who will cleanse the filthy, the loyal and the mighty servants of Paradias, the executioners of you sinners whose mouths are stuffed full of lies. You claim to be for the people, yet you exclude them beyond your walls to fend for themselves. Since you say that the people must not be divided, then today we shall shatter the wall that represents this division. I need to be patient. I need to find the chance to strike. I quietly observe the surroundings. It would seem there are others doing the same thing. The renegade soldier roughly shoves the chairwoman to the front of the stage. You said it just now, didn't you? Sacrifices ought to be borne by those who are more responsible, and why not be the first to die? Your blood shall sanctify our revolution. The renegade soldier points his rifle at the chairwoman's head. This is not my first time staring down the barrel of a gun. I've been prepared to die ever since I've devoted myself to Rossatrism. Even if you open fire now, what can you change? Conflict will only hurt more people. Then when will we be able to rebuild our homes? Those are your homes, not ours. They're one and the same. Why don't you understand that? You shut your whore mouth and go to hell. This is bad. X95 currents. Unable to take it already, Commander. What? You... A neat little circle appears between the renegade soldier's eyebrows, and a fresh blood trickles out of it. Behind him, Ambassador Austrian is gripping a pistol tight in his hand. The faces of the other renegade soldiers are covered in shock, and the reporters whom they are supposed to be watching suddenly whip out guns of their own. See. Kalina, get down. A second later, gunfire fills the meeting room. Commander, Kalina, are you exchanging fire with the enemy? It's not us. Not us. Looks like it's over. The renegade soldiers in the meeting room were gunned down almost instantaneously by the armed reporters. Many people begin to rise from the press seating to inspect the guards' bodies. All of them are holding weapons. The room is clear. Verify that all hostages have been eliminated. Eliminated? Hostiles, not hostages. I was about to say, what? Yes, sir. Team 3 with me. God damn it. Was this all part of your script, Kay? I told you. You're just a backup force. I'm guessing that none of the people sitting here are real reporters. Real reporters wouldn't be able to handle a scene like this. I looked at the stage where Ambassador is consoling Chairwoman Ulrich. Sincere apologies, Madam Chairwoman. It seems we gave you quite a fright. No, it's alright. As long as nobody was hurt. Everything that happened just now was caught on camera. The headlines tomorrow will read, "Terrorists attempt to disrupt peace talks, but both nations combine forces to crush the conspiracy and ensure the progress of peace." Hostages eliminated reminds me of the clip where in a CS, CT picks up the bomb and plants it. A friend of mine showed to me on the weekend. Picks up the bomb, plants it, defuses it, wins. Yeah, there seems to be some edge case bugs in that game, so a lot of fixing will have to get into that. It'll make for spectacular publicity, and with such stunning news in play, it won't even matter the summit didn't start properly. At least the bugs are funny. Considering that it happened in a tournament, or at least in a, important game, I feel like that one shouldn't have happened. Because it literally just won them the round, right? I suddenly feel that being a commander might not be a true calling. You'll make quite a fine reporter for a small tabloid, too. To me, that makes it funnier. To the players, that's a different story. Yeah. So that's why you brushed off my objections just now. You already knew that the real enemy was lurking within the venue itself, didn't you? The Belgrade authorities have already uncovered the rebels and handed their names over to us. The remaining Confederates have also been liquidated by agents. It's funny, really. They sealed off the corridors within the conference hall, but in the end left them unable to escape. What idiots. And we were nothing more than the supporting players for the supporting players. Never mind. I won't go into it. Though those rebels mentioned the name just now, Paradeus, it kind of bothers me. I've already looked into it. That name's come up before, in reports from the Yellow Zones. It's the name of the organization which has all the characteristics of a cult. So if I'm not wrong, Paradeus should be the true name of the White Faction. Paradeus. Do these guys really think God will save them? Forget it. In any case, we can finally stop using a silly name like White Faction. What difference does it make to a bunch of corpses? Oh yes, what's the point if they're all dead? I can't believe there are people who still don't understand something that even imbeciles know. Looks like the people inside were every bit the hopeless nincompoops as the ones outside. But of course I knew they were morons, given how they proudly declare themselves to be the servants of Paradeus. Father will never pick such fools to be his servants. I'm the only one Father needs. Still, that's fine too. At least I won't need to waste time on finding the rats and hiding. Now then, the warm-up's complete. Is everyone ready? I believe our mission should be complete then. When do we get to meet Angie? I'm a man of my word. Call back your dolls. I'll begin arrange... Suddenly, a massive tremor rises underneath my feet. There really isn't a single one of them that doesn't have daddy issues, is there? I mean... Keep in mind, right? The entire faction of Paradeus is built around one man. I already know more than what is currently happening in the stream right now, so I'm not going to go much into it, but there's reasons. Suddenly, a massive tremor rises underneath my feet. Is that an earthquake? What did you say? Kay suddenly cuts the transmission. Click. Commander, there was a huge explosion in the distance. Can you see it from your end? Things look really bad. A huge explosion. Commander, our forces are under enemy attack. It's the White faction. They're a completely different league from the previous enemies. Stop, get down. What's going on? It's an ambush. We've lost half adults. We can't hold this point any longer. Please give us permission to withdraw to the conference hall. Granted, but you need to stay outside the hall, otherwise the MPs might open fire on you. Understood. We'll maintain a safe distance. Didn't Mr. K say the mission was already over? How could this... Clearly, Paradeus doesn't share that opinion. As I thought, it was a Naito I saw just now. I'm sure I wasn't mistaken. At the very least, the conference hall is a sturdy location, and we have the state-sec agents and the MP's firepower on our side. God damn it, Kay, answer me! Don't start playing dead again like at a time like this. So there's a ways to program them with undying loyalty without them having daddy issues. I guess. Special circumstances, Commander. The mission is still in progress. Ensure the VIP safety. My adults outside have taken a real beating. I need to pull them back here to mount the defense. You ambushed too? I've lost contact with over 2/3 of the field agent teams all of a sudden. Maybe the real enemy found the locations while they were pinpointing the small fry from earlier. We've taken heavy losses ourselves. We need to change our adults' IFF codes immediately. I'll designate you adults as friendlies, but the VIP must be unharmed. The state-sec agents in the hall have apparently gotten the message too, because they promptly spring into action. The agents begin fortifying the meeting lounge, their top priority being to ensure the safety of the ambassador and the chairwoman. Commander, we have sightings of elites on the streets. They're hot on the heels of the fleeing populace and do not seem to be moving towards any particular destination. Your directions, please. Elites? You mean the monsters we encountered before in the contaminated zone? What are they doing in the city? Given that some of the explosion came from the direction of the purification towers, it's very likely that the city walls have been breached. The assault team has retreated and our surveillance post is now isolated. Shall we continue monitoring the situation? Ban your post and fall back towards the conference hall, then link up with Ro. Since the infected aren't rushing straight towards this place, it means we still have some time. Are those actual carriers in KSVK or is that a half-loof? I can't tell you, because I don't know. Genuinely, no clue. If it's actually is, she has quad ears, because right there's more ears. Right there's ears. So I don't know. The conference hall was the strong point of the MP's defense to begin with. They've got more people here, so the enemy shouldn't be able to... What? Huge bullet holes suddenly appear in the reinforced concrete walls, piercing into the meeting room after penetrating several walls. Guess it would settle the old age debate of catgirl ears. 30mm AP shells. Everyone get down. Ensure the chairwoman's safety. Please follow me, ma'am. Alright. Whoa! An AP round hits Ambassador Roshan square in the center of his torso and tears him in half. His corpse falls onto chairwoman's Ulrich and knocks her out. The state-sec agents inside the lounge are taken out by sniper fire from the outside. The defending agents fall to one precise shot after another. Kalina, stay close to me. Okay, the state-sec agents are all down. I know. Another agent is instantly killed by a large caliber round that blasts clean through the piece of cover he was hiding behind. Only problem being that one of the sets of ears is knife ears. Using armor-piercing rounds on soft targets. This is horrific. Still traitors inside the conference hall. It's not just the agents who exposed themselves earlier who were eliminated, but also the squad still on standby. There must be a spotter inside directing the enemy's fire. Fucking knife ears. There's too many people in here now. Give me that magical name list of yours so I can tell who's a traitor. I can't. The conference hall isn't safe anymore. Find some way to interdict the line of fire and get the VIP out of the sector. Did Static expect something like this too? Things shouldn't have gone this way. The transmission ends. 8:25. Have your team clear a path to the basement. Lewis, get down from the observation points. We'll deploy smoke grenades so you can come to the conference room and get the VIP to the basement. After linking up, you'll combine your teams and serve as a VIP protection squad. Got that. Understood. Received. All forces take note. The VIP team is preparing to leave the conference hall. Bro, sup? Are you alright? We're treating the injuries of the dolls who were attacked. The enemy snipers are prioritizing human targets. The MPs and police outside are being routed. What do we do next? We're preparing to head into the basement, and we need to ensure a clear access of retreat before making our next move. We'll get the VIP out the back door, but I need you to go there and clear the path outside. Once the VIP gets out, you'll take over protection duties. Understood. Commander, the streets are starting full with fleeing people. There's things coming at us. Are they really elites? I don't know, but prepare yourselves. Kill everything in your way, whether they're infected or Paradeus. Still alive, Commander? Just barely. I've lost contact with most of the agents and my agent teams lying in wait outside. The remaining teams are searching for the enemy artillery positions. The interior of the conference hall is in shambles too. Nobody's responding from the command center, and Ambassador Roshan has been confirmed KAA. What a freaking mess. Please tell me you still have a backup plan. There's a cathedral several streets down. A reserve evac point. It's quite sturdy, which should help you in defending it. Alright, so I'll think of a way to get the VIP there. Any clues to the enemy's movements? Paradis has infiltrated the Belgrade authorities. My guess is that while we were clearing the ambush outside, the renegades within the Belgrade authorities grasped the detail of our state-sec agent deployment and some mole leaked the details of our plan. The attacks before were just a feint to get us to lower our guard. Can't believe you can say that all so calmly. I'm forcing it out through gritted teeth here. Everything that happened previously went on in our favor, but it was only to make us think that the situation was still under control. They let the first wave be wiped out so easily, so we would think the second wave was the main force. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't an AT shell. It was an AP shell. It's 30mm. It's not going to go through a tank. Let me quickly drink something. Because my fucking throat is dying. I caught myself with another cold yet again. Very good. Yes, I know. But it's not AT, it's AP. But the fact is that everyone before this was nothing but cannon fodder, and the enemies were the real strength actually in this third wave of attack. They were planning to unleash the most extreme devastation from the beginning. What on earth is their objective? If they've gone this far, it can't just be to disrupt the talks, right? They do have an objective, but I didn't expect them to be willing to sacrifice an entire city for it. And you can't talk about this objective, right? I'm guessing the aim has something to do with what Angie is doing. I won't deny that, given the circumstances. She's probably in danger too. I've lost contact with her as well. We need to establish a safe zone so she'll at least have somewhere to fall back to if she moves deep into the city. I'll do my best. We'll need to get the Hawks going forward, so I need permission to deploy them. Permission granted. I'll be counting on you, Commander. And this is where we get to the next bit of the events. 8:30 AM. And we will continue immediately with Faith of Blood. Half an hour later. Outside the conference hall. At this rate, no, the entire city will be overrun. The infected surge towards the city and center from all directions. Row 65 and the commander's teams are all but surrounded by the swarm outside the conference hall. Commander, we can't fight them all. This place is going to be completely swamped by the infected creatures soon. We've got to retreat to the cathedral. All of a sudden, Kay's voice comes through the comms channel once again. Is that all Griffin's got? Damn, this guy only knows how to G on the other end of the line. Your life's insignificant, but if anything happens to my VIP, there won't be any reason for Griffin to exist anymore. Still within range of the 30mm cannon. They try to snipe us again the moment we leave the building's cover. The artillery position has been neutralized. Was that the Anuits doing? Yes, but it was a suicide mission. They bought you this chance with their own lives. I have my deepest gratitude. Hello, get all the teams to prepare for action and get ready to move the VIP. On foot? But under these circumstances... We're just sitting ducks if we stay here. Go! Got it. So, have the other team stand by on the flanks. We're moving. Commander, you'd better come over here. What is it? Chairwoman Ulrich is regaining consciousness. I don't know how to explain the situation to her. That's alright. Leave it to me. Madam Chairwoman, can you hear me? It hurts. What happened? Please keep calm and listen to me. The conference was sabotaged. Edicts have breached the city. We are the last security security detail. From here on out, it's imperative that you heed our instructions. We will protect you and lead you to safety. Understood? Is it a terrorist attack? Ambassador Austrian was... I'm sorry, it was all very sudden. I'm afraid most of the security personnel with the conference hall were lost. So was Ambassador Austrian. Oh. You look a lot less stricken than I expected. You don't have to worry about that too much about me. This isn't the first time I found myself in a crisis. Besides, I was fully prepared to die here before I even arrived. You will not die here. Bro, are you still there? All teams are fully prepared. We're ready to move anytime. Alright, Madam Chairwoman, this is row 65, Madrid on the field. She'll be your bodyguard. Me? Can you do it? I'll command the other teams to clear a path ahead. You and your team are to escort the Chairwoman and ensure her safety. Yes, Commander. I won't let a single hair on her be harmed. Row shields the Chairwoman as they seek cover. Sorry for making you see such a horrific scene. I'm tactical Donal row 65 from Griffin. From now on, I'll be in charge of your personal safety. Thank you. Though I'm not sure I'm actually that important. I heard your speech just now. The world needs more people. It needs people like you, who can truly bring about peace, so you cannot die here. The commander and my team of tactical dots are going to keep you safe. Several minutes later, in a certain district of Belgrade. The Griffin entourage is moving at high speed. Unlike the dots around her, the chairwoman is starting to lose her breath. Noticing the chairwoman's distress, Ro orders her team to stop. Madam, we'll take a short break here. Sorry for slowing you down. It's okay. The roads have been temporarily sealed off by the barricades. The commander's trying to open up the way for us, so we're going to have to stop and wait for the word from our teams ahead anyway. Not to mention that the cathedral we're heading to isn't too far from here. Stopping briefly to recover our strength is no big deal. The cathedral? I remember that there's a residential area not far from here. I wonder if the terrorist attack has affected the local residents. Don't worry, madam. Our reinforcements will be here very soon. I hope. Take care, Bakasura. Really? Do you actually have reinforcements? Who's that? The scornful snicker amongst the cacophony of gunfire is exceptionally grating on the ear. Ro positions herself in the front of the chairwoman and eyes the person warily. Lying is a bad habit, Row 65. Just be a good girl and hand me that woman, so that you can die in peace later. You're Naito. Everyone, suppress a fire. Naito, please, do not... Could you not insult me with that tasteless name? I am Nimogen, your Undertaker. Now, how should I arrange your corpses? With that, the white mix behind her launch a barrage at the Rose team. Are you crazy? You don't care if you end up killing your target? Father never said he wanted her alive, though. Or should I say, it would actually make my job easier if she's dead. Now you have your answer, so just die. The black-clad Imogen grins psychotically, not the slightest bit bothered by the blood splashed onto her clothes and cheek during the massacre. She merely keeps smirking as she commands the white units in attacking row and the chairwoman. Those team protect the target in a hasty retreats, all the while fending off the infected creatures that periodically charge at them. Commander, this is Raw. The enemy is emerged us from behind. It's a night with Paradise units. We're no match against their overwhelming firepower. We need support. The Interceptor doesn't know we're also on the attack. I'm trying to break through and get to you. Hang in there. Around the chair won't find cover behind some obstacles, but the laughter of the mysterious girl keeps getting closer, and the tremors on the ground becomes more violent with every explosion. Some insane firepower. We can't huddle here forever. Make it before the commander gets here. If we can draw the knight away, there might still be a chance. But here goes nothing. Faith of Blood. 1. Battle. Let me take a look at this map. Right, I don't remember shit, I have to say. Now, the enemies are all fairly weak, apart from one of them, who I think we just have to wait out. Or rather, get the right timing. It's just send... Oh, actually, send forces to the radar. Okay, so we also have this dude here. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back through here, go to the control terminal, spawn a unit here, go through the gates. Could be spicy. Could be spicy. So let's go. Sorry. My god. You know what? Let's spawn a mortar. Spawn another squad. Switch position. Wait, what? Wait a minute. I can break this map. I can... What? If I just have enough resources that I pump into this, I can just blast the defense gates? What? I don't think that's a thing you can do later on. Okay. That is actually kind of interesting. Well, I guess the gate's open. What the fuck? I can tell you, normally, the way that this map works is that you would take a squad. You would go from here, around here, go over to this control terminal, open the gates, and either continue with this team over here, or... Come on. You would take a different team and go there. That is essentially what you would do in this mission. At least for the start, and I don't remember if there's anything that happens afterwards. Oh, I need to go out of planning mode. As far as I remember, the bottom part of the map essentially has nothing to do with at least this part of it. Though again, I don't remember if there's anything else we need to be doing here. But... Okay. Sure. Let's not have a command post captured just in case. Now the enemy... Wait, we should at least resupply, I guess. The thing is, if a hawk gets attacked, they just sort of die. Okay, I can't actually rotate them from there. Oh well. But that's the thing I'm willing to risk, I guess. So I'm pretty sure... No, never mind. This mission is literally just take the heliport. I suppose. Interesting. I did not realize you could do that. I also do not believe that it's particularly fast in comparison to the other way. Because of all the resupplying and everything. It's also very cost inefficient. But Faith of Blood 1. Branch 1. In the streets. The Griffin entourage is moving through the streets in careful formation. Other than the infected who are oblivious to their own tragic fates, the battlefield is littered with broken bodies. Rogan's done another batch of elites, then notices something all of a sudden. A blue signal ID. A Griffin doll is unaccounted for? Ro gestures at her teammates to keep quiet and stay close, then she moves cautiously to a pile of rubble. Behind a metal panel sprinkled with bullet holes, she finds a distraught doll, clutching her chest and shivering uncontrollably. Before lies the remains of an infected blasted beyond recognition. You okay? This is the moment that I realized I really needed to get HS2000 and just protect. The grey-haired doll doesn't reply. Are you Griffin doll? Are you part of the surveillance team that we lost contact with? We have some new recruits in this operation. You're HS2000, aren't you? I read your file. The girl lifts her head, showing a face full of fear and shame. Yeah. Protect. She's so fucking adorable. Sorry, I'm so scared. That man. Where are your teammates? I'm sorry, I was too scared. I didn't know how to respond to the situation. My neuroclaw was completely blank. I couldn't move. Calm down, look at me. If I could fight properly, my teammates wouldn't have... But I'm just a medical doll. I didn't see so many dead bodies on my first mission. I was a lot luckier than you. Why you, whose first mission is to repel elites on the battlefield, are so much braver. But You're facing enemies that shouldn't have been yours to face. This courage alone is commendable. So stop blaming yourself. What matters now is to survive. HS2000 looks up. Beyond the initial panic, Ron now sees a glint of surprise and gratitude in her eyes. I suppose you don't want to suddenly find yourself back at the base and brand spanking your body with no memory of what has happened before, right? I don't want that. Ron looks around vigilantly and taps HS2000 gently on the shoulder. Then try not to get hit. Just survive for now, okay? Now that you've rejoined with our main force, let's all do our best to go home without a scratch. With a wavering green gleam in her eyes, HS2000 finally nods at Road 635. She gets on her feet unsteadily and jogs over to the group of Griffin dolls. Ro gets up and walks away once she's made sure the doll is settled in. If I could help it, I really wouldn't want these gods to experience something so cruel. And Faith of Blood at 2. Or Branch 2. At the Memorial of Nameless Martyrs. At the sight of the quarantine wall and purification tower being reduced to rubble, as well as the swarming elites, Angie clenches her fists. She feels a searing rage, but can't muster a way to express it. Purification tower is destroyed. Traitors among the garrison troops on the wall. The rebels have also blasted through the quarantine wall. Just make your point. You knew about this, didn't you? Didn't you say Statesec had eliminated the infiltrators? They haven't done anything, haven't they? It's impossible, even for Statesec, to sniff out every single traitor. Miscalculations are inevitable. There are too many elites, and I don't have enough people, not to mention the oncoming storm. Time is short. I need you to send in more troops to let me support near the wall. I can't. Why? Didn't we agree that you provide backup in case of an emergency? I just need them to round off the elites. That's hardly an unreasonable request. The agents have practically been wiped out. I don't have any more men to send. Wiped out? How could that be? What about the backup teams? There aren't any. Those were all we got from the head of operations. Why did they not take such an important conference seriously? I'll recall my team and head over to the conference hall right away. That won't be necessary. Continue with your recon work. But Ambassador Austrian... he's dead. Don't let the sacrifices be in vain. Continue your mission. Don't let the sacrifices be in vain. A terrifying idea suddenly occurred to me. Care to listen to my suspicions? Did these suspicions form over the last few seconds? I believe I'm not obliged to listen, nor am I obliged to offer you an explanation. I couldn't detect even a sliver of shock in your voice. Even with a will of steel, anyone would at least waver a little in the face of such a crisis. So I can't help but suspect that everything... You're overthinking it. As a Statesec agent, you simply have to do your job. That's the only thing you're good for. And here I thought I was a renegade. All the more reason why you need me. Do I, though? You think you're oh so amazing just because you pulled a few crazy stunts in the past? Of course you need me just if you still want to complete your objective. I have no wish to concern myself with what you've done or you used to be. Those things mean nothing to me. Right now, I'm the only one who can tell where your loyalties lie, and only I can truly protect you. I hope you can remember that and refrain from making unnecessary comments in the future. Resume your mission. Angie ends the transmission and silently looks into the distance. Well, give me one moment. I need to quickly unstuff my nose and everything. Sorry about that. Well, I'm hoping that it's going to be a little bit better. If it doesn't, I'm going to do like a bit more, but I'll probably stop early for today, honestly. My voice is giving out completely right now. Which is not very comfortable. Surprise, surprise. Next up, Wolfman Owl 1. There are too many of them. Calculating. The probability of a victory is below 1%, almost 0. Let's stick into close. We can't check them off. Let's fight off this wave first. Even the two of us combined are no match against this number. You go first, I'll buy you time. That makes no sense. We're partners, even if only temporary ones. We go together. She's incredibly adept at electronic warfare. If we stay together, she could easily attack both of us. You're not registered in the Center Network, so they won't be able to detect you. I'll cover your escape, and you must report the situation to Angie once you make it out of here. Stop talking about cover, let's just run in separate directions. It's practically a mason here, they can't possibly seal off every path. I am to cover your retreat in the case of an emergency, that's what AK-12 said. Is this really the time to bring up AK-12? I can bring up my neuroclouds, but you can't. I won't just be sitting around waiting to be killed. I'll make my own escape once you've bought enough time. Once I've bought you enough time. So just go. I'll be back for you. Don't die like this, A94. With that, AR-15 turns and escapes in a certain alleyway. In the face of the seemingly infinite stream of white monsters, A94 pulls the trigger without any hesitation. Abandoning your teammate just like that? It's no use at all. So the harsh things that unbearably populate it don't break and destroy it. You can't possibly escape the fate of becoming a scattered parts. No. I will complete the mission, flawlessly, and return to her side. That's why she must make it out with this piece of memory. Just won't give up, those tenacious bastards. Keep calm, A-15. Call up the map saved inside my neurocloud. Where am I? What's the best route to take? I must compute this before I expend too much ammo. Just need a few more... No, just 2 more minutes. Well done. I'm sure A-15 has already run off to somewhere pretty far by now. Before the chase begins, we must first end this little game here. Your body's overheating so much you have to resort to taking deep breaths to cool yourself. You've done enough already. Why won't you just lie down like a good broken doll? The universe tonight possesses the vastness of oblivion and the clarity of fever. Leave behind your body and go to sleep. Oh. That was close. I almost got hit. You live up to your name as an elite doll. You won't stop struggling even in your current state. Of course. So long as I can still operate, I will not give up. You say that even in the face of imminent death? Now I'm starting to pity you. Are you actually driven by something like a human heart? No, absolutely not. All you have is a mere inorganic vessel. Never mind. I have no interest in watching the tragic end of a trapped lamb. Be a tribute to the beast, for you will be a wall of fire around me, and you will be the glory in my midst. Be honored, and then just be reduced to junk. Micros turns around to leave. What should I do? Why can I break through the encirclements? There are powerful common units all around. Can I leap over them? Calculating. No, my body is overheating. I need to cool down. The white enemies aim their weapons at A-94, who's trapped right in the center of the group. Amidst the uniform clang of metal, A-94 readjusts a grip on a gun. What? Explosives? From the ceiling? What's going on? Wait, that signal. A-94, can you hear me? Loud and clear, what are you doing up there? I'll tell you later, jump. I'll cover you, just try to get over here. Roger that. Under the cover of the series of explosions, A-94 makes it safely to A-15's location. A-15 pulls her through the ventilation hatch in the ceiling. Didn't think there was a secret passage that leads up above this base. I used up all the explosives meant to destroy the node. Might not be enough to blow those trash cans to smithereens, but the high temperature in his dusty environment can overload the intricate insulation system. I should put them out of action. But then we won't be able to complete the mission. We can always just get more explosives. As long as we can get out of here, we'll still have a chance to get the job done. I can't believe it. Never calculated this possibility. This has nothing to do with calculations. It was all down to pure luck. I understand. You're talking from your experience as a senior. Don't call me that. It sounds like a mockery coming from you. Anyway, I found the exit. Follow me. We've got to get out of here before the reinforcements arrive. And that's when the wolf and owl battle happens. which is, again, sewers. I do remember this map being fairly annoying. I don't remember why. Maybe it was just because back in the day these things were very annoying to deal with. And probably are nowadays too. Because I'll probably need a heavy helipod to actually defeat them. I'm gonna guess that the shield is fully powered up here. So I'll definitely take a rifle squad with me. Yeah, you'll do. You'll do well. I'll spawn a hawk. BGM-71 is already waiting. Blast to the first few enemies, and take the control terminals. These small fry enemies are dying fairly easily, which is nice. Now we need to keep everything a little bit together. Probably should take out the enemy down here too. Honestly, we probably don't have to fiddle with the control terminals at all. We can just blast straight through the front door. That's pretty nice. Very good. Switch these around. And just go for them. Now this echelon is going to be more than capable of blasting the enemy. In addition to the fact that they have a BGM-71 support. Which will just obliterate these small fry. Because they're not actually having shields at all. I guess I'll just get another movement point for no good reason at all. Just because I can. And turn. This squad should get attacked once more. By this squad up here, or by the squad next to it. I should have turned off the ferry. I didn't, and that might cause trouble. Lucky. Good. The reason why I could have caused trouble is because they have an AoE attack that hits the entire battlefield ahead of them once they get ready. Which luckily they didn't. So I guess we're just gonna charge straight for the forehead and blast through. Only one more battle, and it'll be fine. I think the enemies down south might be just enemies to farm with. Or like exclusive drop dolls and stuff. But I'm not quite sure. Not you, that's for sure. Never mind. I don't know why this part is here. Genuinely. No clue. There might be some kind of secret involved, but I don't know it. Mission success. And with that, we have finished the 8:30 till 8:40 a.m. time segment. And we shall move on to the 8:40 till 8:55. Where the Wolf and Owl Branch 1 is happening. And I think this might actually be the last thing that I read today. The two nodes sprint through the tunnel. What's your current status? Some minor damage. Won't be a problem for the moment. Why'd you come back? What? Leaving on your own would have been the best solution. Yet you doubled back, risking your own life and using up all our explosives. Why? I don't know why. I just thought it was the right thing to do. You should know that's not good enough of a reason, IF-15. You are one of a kind, while I can create backups of myself. Your survival takes priority. Why ask me such a questions? You should know better than me. I don't understand. I just can't figure out your rationale, which is why I have to ask. As a senior, you're more experienced than me. I told you to stop calling me that. Everything rubs her temples as if the word gives her a headache. Something's value is determined by its demands. You and AK-12 have carried out more orders from Angie than me, so you meet her demands. Therefore, from the perspective of meeting Angie's demands, you are more valuable than me. Even you have to admit that, right? No, you should admit it especially because you're so driven by logic. Is that your reason? But if you got the straw back there, putting aside the question about whether Angie has a spare body of the same quality ready for you, it would take a long time just to download your backup. The situation is so urgent we simply don't have the luxury of waiting for you to reinstall yourself and get used to your new body. However, this mission can still be accomplished even without me. There's a limit to how modest one can be, A94. Don't deny your worth. Sorry, but AF-15, you and M4, no. The entire AR team are the most tailored to Angie's use. No matter how capable I look, I'm still just a supplementary tool. All kinds of reasoning suggest that you should prioritize your own safety, and I, too, will always choose to save you over myself. What do you mean? Nothing. The exit is just ahead, correct? Then we'd better leave this place quickly. Yeah, honestly, I kind of need to stop for today. My voice is absolutely giving out, and I'm getting a little dizzy. I'm very sorry for cutting the stream short today, but yeah, I shall end my stream. Have a good night. I do hope that you enjoyed it anyway, but I need a break. Have a good night. Bye.